Alrighty, here we go. Hey, welcome to the 2005 postseason beginning. We're in the wild card round here, and what's better than some TBL playoffs? How about some TBL playoffs with sound? Welcome, and I'm here with Chris, and here we go, and we're going to talk a little bit about the teams, and then maybe call some games here as we go through our wild card.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up?
Um, So yeah, let's get things started. Chris, what do you think? You want to? I see you have the. If you want to switch over, make sure you switch over the stream so that everybody's seeing the game.
Thank you, Paul.
Um, no worries. But of course, let's take a look at the playoff matchups here. 8 teams in, definitely some expected teams here, and definitely some surprises, I'd say, from the season. Why don't we look at the standings overall and just talk about how the season went real quick.
Yeah, let's take a look. Take a look. Division. Which division you want to start with?
Well, why don't we talk about the best team? I don't think we need to start with the division and make this too long, but let's start with the best team here. Huron obviously had pretty crazy season, right?
Yeah,
112 and 50 wins. I think
losses. They
we'd
only
all
won.
picked them like we'd all picked them like third and fourth
Yeah,
this year to finish third and fourth in the podcast.
yeah. Didn't expect him to. Yeah, that what a.
And they set the single season record for wins.
I think what did he say was like going to be 5 years or something like that, and 5 years turned into like next year. It was his year.
Yeah, it came quick. It
It
came
came
quick. I
came
think he
real
was
quick.
he was probably like 100-win team, and then he added like some fucking studs
Yeah,
early on, made some
you
big
got you
moves.
got you got
So
that Omar Gonzalez right there. I made an offer too at the same time he
that was
got him.
huge, and then the trade with San Antonio too. I mean, he
Yeah,
added two premier bats to his lineup,
he
going all
did.
the young guys. So yeah, and then Kingston, we all knew he was going to have a huge year after the trade, and he did. I
He
mean,
did.
right at 98 wins. Didn't see Huron coming, but
No, didn't
um,
see that.
that whole division, the Topaz division, was pretty crazy this year.
Yes, that was a very insane. They've been pretty bleak the past couple of years, and now they just took over. Like I won the division, and I would have finished in fifth place in that division. I was in that division,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't think any surprises there. Everybody else, I mean, again, maybe the surprise of how well that division did because we weren't talking much about them at the beginning, but
yeah,
yeah, had a great
they
season.
heard us talk.
And then we had the Ruby, which kind of did the opposite. We had a few teams kind of pull away and have okay seasons by the end of things,
Yeah,
but just two reps this year, and you are one of them.
yeah, I'm one of them. I will say
So
I lucked out. I lucked out because Phoenix was on fire, and I thought we were going to go to a 163 last night.
yeah, but Phoenix was a 500 team all year long, and then they went 10-2 on the last sim. So
Yeah,
it might be the worst time to face them. They've been to the TBL championship twice, so I'm not discounting them.
I'm not
But
either.
I mean,
It's
you had pretty much the division locked up after a pretty
yeah, I
good
did.
second half of your season.
I had I think after I believe the All Star break, my team was breaking out pretty hard. I think I had like two sims where I went like I I think yeah, I went like only lost like 3 or 4 games per sim or something like that. Not even.
Yeah, Seals completely fell off for some reason. Don't know
Yeah,
why. Couldn't recover.
yeah, they fell way
Um,
off.
yeah. So for the first time, we have four representatives from the Topaz and two from the Ruby division going into the wild card round. And it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out. We'll maybe have a representative from the Topaz division for the first time in a championship game, unless you or Phoenix has something to say about that. So,
We'll see. We'll see.
um, yeah. And then looking over at the ice this year, Montreal winning the Sapphire pretty handily, I would say, from start to finish. I don't think any other team really competed with them this season. And I think I said it a few seasons ago. Montreal was going to be running the division soon because they were the only one with a farm system. Didn't
Yes.
think it would happen this quickly, and don't want to discount any of the other teams in the division over the next few years. But they've got a pretty good young core, and this might be Montreal's window to kind of dominate this division for a year or two.
Yeah. Agreed. Somerville came up from behind too. I don't think he was like really down in the gutters early in the season, correct? And he just came on fire right at the end of the season.
Yeah, I've pointed this out in chat, but they were like 14, 16 games under 500, some shit like that at the end of June. And I would say, Huron's been hot all season and Kingston's been pretty good all season, but I mean, Somerville, I think, has had maybe the best second half of any team in baseball. They've been just completely dominant. So we'll see how it shakes out in the postseason because they haven't had a lot of
Yeah,
postseason success
you
since they've
know,
been in the league. But
you
they're in
need that.
again,
You
and
need
they're
that
that
late run
team.
push. The late run push. It's a
I,
new season right now. The season don't matter right now. It's all about now. So
yeah, I feel like I joke Somerville too. Like every other year, they make a playoff push and then they fall apart, and then they make a playoff push. So
yeah,
this was their year for the
yeah.
playoffs. I shouldn't have discounted that.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan rebuilt his team, but kind of was just like 500 all year, and then made that late push, but it was too not enough to get there.
New
And then
York.
New York, the big disappointment, I would say, right? Like
Yeah, just falling
uh,
500 after winning the championship. Ooh.
coming off a championship, made big moves this season, like in terms
Mm-hmm.
of trades. He's talked about it in chat, so that's tough.
He says he
Steve's
lost them.
team
So
still just like yeah, Steve just still sitting around 500, and then two teams looking for lottery picks at the bottom of the division. So,
yep. I think the other
but yeah,
surprise too is Tampa. Tampa taking the J division.
absolutely. And it wasn't like they snuck away with it at the end. Tampa,
No,
kind of like Montreal, just
they
was in
just
first all year long
yeah
for the
they
most part.
just there till they
Maybe
held
not
it on.
early, but
They held on pace, and Atlanta's always staying in second. They're just always there.
yeah. Not only did Tampa hold on to the division there by 2 games, they held on to the best record. So if they are successful, they're going to have home field advantage throughout the postseason
Hmm,
with a game over Montreal there. So.
nice.
And then yeah, Atlanta doing Atlanta things definitely towards the end of the season too. I feel like Atlanta got really hot at the end, so
Yes.
I'm really worried about them if I'm an opponent of them in the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Mudcats who have a tremendous team. Had the personality issues and then overcame that right because
Yeah.
they've been
I
on
mean,
fire at the end
they're
too.
in the
They were
playoffs,
sitting at
so
fifth place for a while.
I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
I guess if they're in the playoffs, they're happy. So their disruptive
yeah.
traits don't matter. So
And I mean that division came down to 3 teams having what two spots
yeah,
with basically like 2 games left and all
yeah.
being tied.
Look at
So,
that, like 5 teams
um,
with 90 wins. That's crazy.
but yeah, you feel bad for Matt there, Galveston's,
Yeah,
GM. 91 wins and not getting to play. Well, he got one extra game, but not getting significant extra baseball. It's too bad. But
yeah,
Las Vegas is in, and I'll just say probably should be scared of Las Vegas as well,
yeah.
because
Because
they've
look,
had that.
I'm looking over here in
I
this
was just gonna say
section
they've
right
had that
here,
number one farm system.
but look
Oh yeah,
this
go
right
ahead.
here, the batting average in
Yeah,
league.
they led all 3 categories.
Off,
Verdugo's like in every statistical category. He's
but I mean, he
definitely,
has the top three.
front runner MVP, maybe,
He has the top three
maybe
batting
not.
average. 328,
Yeah,
298, 297.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Verdugo over
So
there.
yeah, Las Vegas is a scary wild card. New Orleans is a scary wild card. I don't envy anybody facing them.
Nope.
Um,
Be fun playoffs here coming up.
yeah, and let's see. I mean, Denver, did some good things at the end in the trade market, and is not too far back, so they may be competitive soon. Fort Collins obviously in rebuild mode and maybe setting the record for most losses in a row there. I can't remember the exact record in the league if anybody wants to correct me, but I feel like L16 is definitely up there. So
Ooh,
looking for a top 4 lottery pick in Fort Collins.
ooh.
Actually, it looks like they're number 5. They're not going to get top odds. They just missed. It's too bad.
Who never know? You never
Not that
know.
you should ever dive, right?
Doesn't matter.
You should always play hard. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Anything stand out that you want to point out this season? Anything else?
No, no.
That was
That
a
you
quick rundown, right?
you're below 500. You thought you were gonna make a run, didn't you? At the end.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know if I was going to make a run, but I didn't want to sell Blackwell, who might be the MVP this year. That's a lot of war over there. If you're looking on the right side.
Yeah, Blackwell was the man. Blackwell. I
Unless,
whenever when I
unless you
was
believe in like an MVP has to come from a winning team, and fuck that shit. But
when I was running the sim and I was playing you, I was watching. I was like, Blackwell, damn it, Blackwell, oh damn it. He hit
yeah,
so many home runs
yep,
off
he's
me.
good. All right, let's take a look at the playoff matchups, and then let's start the wild card round.
So we got New Orleans, Somerville.
Well, let's go to the matchups. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, New Orleans, Somerville here.
Yeah, looks like Somerville's gonna 9-3 this year. So you there?
Yeah, Somerville's sorry about that. Somerville's definitely had the best of New Orleans so far this year in their matchup. We'll see how that um, plays out here in the first round of the series. I don't give too much into the pitching matchups that are shown on screen here. I think
Mm-hmm.
those are inaccurate. So not sure what their lineups are going to look like. But yeah, looking at New Orleans team, 92 and 70 wins. They had the number one um, offense in the ice conference this year, which isn't surprising. They have like a murderer's row of hitters. Um, and has had pretty good pitching as well. So definitely a dangerous team. Somerville sneaking in again, kind of the surprise team of the Ice Conference, but they're going to have home field advantage in this series. And again, they've dominated New Orleans this year. So this is really anybody's series. 11th in the Ice Conference out of how many teams? I should know this, 14 teams, right? So
Mm-hmm.
don't score a lot of runs, but their pitching's been pretty good. Tied for third in the Ice
He
Conference
got
in
he's
runs
got
against.
DJ
So
Marksberry, so he's that guy's a killer.
yeah, for sure. I feel like pitching is just like so strong in our league right now. I noticed runs scored went down this year. A league average went down this year. League ERA went up or went down, excuse me, this year. So, um, yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. But definitely a good matchup here in the first round. That could go either way, I think. I want to take a look at Las Vegas,
Las Vegas,
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Sorry about that.
That's cool. So yeah, looking at Las Vegas and Atlanta. Again, Las Vegas is going to be visiting Atlanta here, and um, third in the Ice Conference in runs scored for the High Rollers. A really great offense highlighted by I think Verdugo, who's just been a monster this year,
Yeah,
and he's so young. So he's going to be probably a future MVP at some point, I predict.
and Las Vegas is
And
eight
then
and
again,
four.
if not this year, he might be the MVP this year. I haven't really
Yeah,
looked at the numbers, but kind of mid pitching for Las Vegas, and that's probably why they're only a wild card team and just snuck in. They don't have as strong a pitching as some of the other teams in the conference. And then again, looking at Atlanta, kind of a flip situation. Their offense has been down a little bit this year, but they're still a top half offense in the league, sixth in the runs scored and second in runs against. So the season series here went to Las Vegas. So even though they're the road team, might be able to give Atlanta a run for their money
yeah.
in a
Division
12 game set, dominating 8-4, right?
division rivals, so that's pretty dominating.
For sure.
Let's go to Louisville, Kingston. The surprise Kingston that has to be in this round. We expected him to be there, but Huron's taking his spot. So
Yeah. And yeah, Louisville, I mean, had a great season this year. I think this is their first time making the postseason. Am I right about that?
I don't know. I
I believe that's true. I don't think they were in last year.
I don't think they were either.
So this is their first postseason berth. So congratulations there to Mac. Um, fifth in runs scored, sixth in runs against. Just an above average team on both sides of the ball, not too dominant, but good enough to get to that 90 win plateau and get some extra baseball. And then Kingston, had a really strong season. Stronger in terms of runs scored and runs against than Louisville. And almost won 100 wins. But if you look at the matchup here, it's been a pretty even season series between the two, with
With
Louisville actually coming out on top. So um,
interesting.
yeah, I think another good series. I think we're going to have a lot of
Is
really
is
interesting
Kings
matchups
is
here.
Kingston gonna see the next step in the playoffs and winning a series? I don't think he's won a series yet, has he?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't recall if he won in the first season, but this is his first step towards. I think he wants more than just a series win. I think he
He wants
would like to
blood.
go deep. So he's been in all but one season, and he hasn't gone too far yet. So and then we got Virginia and Phoenix as our last matchup of the wild card round. Um,
With Virginia taking 5-1, whooping up on Phoenix, but hopefully,
yeah, just six matchups between these two teams,
yeah.
which makes me wonder why. That is. Hopefully the schedule's not fucked up.
Well,
But
well,
yeah, second
old
in.
Joe did
Oh, you
make
know
it.
what? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if the other teams all played 12 against each other, why is this team playing six against each other? But I will dig into that at some point and try to figure that shit out. I think the schedule's still way better than it was, so it's all good. But anyways, yeah, it looks like Virginia did dominate. They are second in runs scored. They've had a really great offense in the Fire Conference this year. Not the best pitching staff, and that's kind of funny. I feel like we've known Virginia to be really strong at pitching the last couple of seasons. So kind of a flip. And again, Phoenix, just an above average team. They've been to the TBL championship 2 times, and they're looking for a third time. Definitely would not count them out, even though they haven't been too successful in this head-to-head series yet this year.
Yep.
And Phoenix gets home field advantage with the worst record.
Yep.
Because they are the 2 seed. So, all right. We've made people suffer through our conversation long enough, I think.
I think
Do
so.
you,
Let,
do you
let,
think
let's
it's
get.
time to get these games started?
I think it's let's get to it.
All right.
Start real time sim, I believe, right?
Yeah, so I mean make sure the sim's running. You want to go to scores.
Scores.
No, you're right. Start the real time sim.
Yep, and that's today. Yep, and start real time sim. Okay. Starting now. Here we
All
go.
right, let's do this.
Let's move up the speed. It always does this. How fast should we go? 60?
I got 20 in the postseason. Here we go.
Here we go.
I've got the game staggered to start about half an hour apart, so we're not looking at all the games at once. Give everybody a little bit of a highlight. Runner on second right away for Las Vegas. Trying to get the offense going early.
I thought you were gonna go old timey here, Paul.
Old timey.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I can pull it off that long. But
2 strikes.
two strikeouts for Aubrey Hill to start the first inning there. So good start for Las Vegas.
Atlanta's on there. On base. Still tied up.
Jesse Davies walks and then gets caught stealing second in the Louisville game, first inning.
Ooh, didn't realize that one was happening.
Couple of walks for Muniz in the first, but Kingston gets out of it. So maybe shaking off those pregame jitters. Rich Gordon hit by the pitch in the first, steals second. And Dennis Lemke singles, driving in Gordon. So 1-0 lead for Kingston early.
1-0. Las
Oh,
Vegas
Aaron
is on.
Smith home run puts Las Vegas up 1-0. Atlanta trying to respond here. Leadoff double.
Virginia and Phoenix has started.
Bases juiced.
Ooh, Las Vegas
Jeremy
gets
McRae
at it.
pops out to end the inning. Yeah.
Gets
Bases
at
juiced
it.
down in the other
Yeah, I
game too,
saw
but
that
Nick
too.
Guzman flies out.
Louisville
Oh,
on
we
the
got a tie
board.
game.
Louisville on
Jesse's
the board.
Davies doubles.
Elliott scores.
Our fourth game just started, so we've got all 4 games going
All
now.
4 games are rolling.
Everything's close still. Kind of like this season's been. A lot of low scoring games here. So everybody probably has their aces going right now. Assuming they lined up their rotations, maybe some teams were playing. Well, we know some teams were playing for it at the end, so I could be making a bad assumption there, I suppose.
You don't know, Paul.
You don't know.
You're not their dads.
Dennis Lemke walks, leading things off in the bottom of the fourth for Kingston.
Eric Pierce leaves the game with injury there with Louisville.
Ooh,
Hopefully, it's not serious.
to look at that after the game. Virginia takes the 1-0 lead on a Dan, oh boy, Altfilish solo homer. I'm going to go with Altfilish.
Yeah, I like that you. I'm glad you had to pronounce it.
I was wondering why you didn't call that one. Winning for me. We got the 7th inning here. Las Vegas up 1-0 on Atlanta.
I'm
It's
just
getting
gonna say
late.
it's been a
Diego
pitcher's
Orta gets a
duel.
single as I'm speaking.
It's been a pitcher's
Yeah, a lot
duel
of
for
pitchers
these two.
duels.
Oh,
Oh, 2-run
Atlanta!
homer, Jeremiah McRae, as we're speaking about it. Showing that playoff depth, I'd say. Atlanta's been here before. Not afraid of the big moment. This is Las Vegas's first postseason as well. We talked about Louisville being in for the first time. I believe this is Las Vegas's first trip. Congratulations to them. We got 2 on here in the top of the 5th, but Dave Castillo strikes out swinging. Danny Mashburn gets ejected for arguing strike call in the Louisville Kingston game.
Oh man, Louisville is.
Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think this game like suspends people in the playoffs, right?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
We shall find out. You're the commish.
I don't think that gets
What
a
are you gonna
suspension
do?
arguing.
What are you gonna do to Danny Mashburn?
Yeah,
Are you gonna send him
he's
to
out for
your
the
office?
series. We can't. We'll send a message. So Brian Romo, 5 no-hit innings. I didn't even notice that down in the Virginia Phoenix game. Got a no-hitter going through 5. Marcelo Bland, 3-run homer for New Orleans, getting the early lead on Somerville in the 4th. That is
The
a
machine.
vet doing some damage right there. Absolutely. Chris Barnett doubles. Glancy scores, makes it 2-0. Man in second, trying to drive in more.
Atlanta takes the victory, 2-1.
Hey, look at that. 7.1 innings pitched from Atlanta starter Jason Holmes to get that win.
Phoenix hits a solo homer. They're in the game. Matt Billingsley.
Yeah, that breaks up the no-no and gets them a little closer, right?
Yep. Cuts lead. Is that
Oh, two-run
Louisville?
homer for
Shane.
Shane Krug, excuse me.
Oh,
Oh, and
oh.
another homer by what's that?
Is that the
What
Korean
is he
Kong?
Korean?
Korean
Korean
Kong?
Kong.
Is that him?
Yeah, Korean Kong. Yeah, that is Korean Kong right there.
Oh, and
Oh,
Louisville
and
has
Louisville's is
opened
going
up the
off now.
gates.
Yep. I wonder if those were
Coffee.
back to backs.
Who
I
knows?
wonder if those were back to backs.
Ooh, that'd be harsh.
Might be. We'll have to look at that along with the injury. We're gonna have to look at the box score of that one after. All right, Virginia extending the lead with a sacrifice fly by Alex Alonso. We're into the ninth in the Louisville game, so 3 outs remaining for Kingston.
I just looked over in the Slack. Whoever gave up all those runs is getting released.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. Kingston's got to break this fucking streak. I mean, they have lost a lot of
He's
playoff
got
games
a
in a
guy
row.
on
It's
second.
crazy.
He's got a guy in first and
Here
third
we
now.
go. Yeah, man, it's not over.
It's not over. It's not over,
English
Kingston.
singles. What out? Ron Oliver pops up. Not looking good. We're in the eighth inning here in the Virginia Phoenix game as well, getting late. And the New Orleans Somerville game. These games are going quick.
And Louisville takes it. Calhoun, I don't think he got a job anymore.
All right. 2-1 right now. New Orleans trying to add. And they do. Steve Miller with a 3-run bomb.
He brought his
He has just
band.
got some mashers on that team. And they are here for game one. So 6-0 New Orleans.
Kingston can't get a win. We got more playoffs to be had.
And we got Phoenix down to their final 3 outs. 3-1 game here. And on second, first and third, Bill McCarron singles. Trying to rally late here. Marty Blessing flies out, though. It's 2 down.
2 down.
Looks like a pitching change for this batter. And that's the
it's over.
final.
That's the final. New Orleans adds more. Adds one more. Need more insurance. Adds one more
Yeah,
again.
that game's well over at this point. Ian Crockett with the sac fly. Greg Keaton grounds out. So just small balling him to death after the 2 3-run homers. Honestly, Somerville only with 3 hits too, so
And
New
he's on
Orleans
the
pitching showed
board.
up in game 1.
George Oregon. Solo homer. He's like, let's start the rally. Rally caps on. And final. Take a look at that box score for Louisville Kingston because somebody got injured, correct?
Yeah, let's click into Eric Pierce and see what happened here. 4 months for Eric Pierce. That is a killer injury.
Ouch.
For what's been one of his better pitchers this year. That sucks.
That's
And
unfortunate.
were those back to backs? Go to that box score real quick or go to that game log. I was just curious. I think you have to go in the game log, sorry.
Oh,
It's at the top.
game log.
Yeah, it was at the 8th inning. Yeah, it looks like an 8th inning, top of the 8th on that. Homer. So, oh no, there's a fly out in there. So back to backs and then a third home run, but still rough inning. All right, on to game 2, huh?
Louisville Kingston to start.
It's a great night for some baseball, huh? Friday night in December.
Well, it's September 29th, 2005.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, September.
Get
September
your dates
29th.
right.
Yeah, playing October baseball in September. We're fortunate. Bases loaded in the first already for Louisville, but they can't get anything across. David Walter grounds out.
Only one hit, too. Must be a lot of walks.
Yeah, looks like Lehman. Well, just one walk, maybe hit a guy or something. So just a reminder for anybody watching or listening to the stream, we're going to go games 1 through 4 tonight. If playoff teams are online, if playoff teams make game 5, I'm going to give people a chance to export. And if we're online, we'll roll tonight, and if not, we'll try to wrap it up tomorrow pretty early, and then move on to the next round. Louisville threatening again here in the second. Definitely not something Jacob wants to see from his team right now.
No.
Man, he's just got like a curse going that he needs to break. Leadoff single for Heinzler. Quickly eliminated by Louisville pitching, though.
Virginia Phoenix has started.
Korean Kong walks to lead things off for Louisville. More base runners. Marshburn singles. Al Coffey strikes out, and then a double play by Kingston to knock out that rally. So a lot of base runners, but it's still scoreless going to the bottom of the third there. Another leadoff single for Kingston. I feel like both teams just keep getting leadoff runners in this game, but got to string some things together here.
Exhilarating.
That's the third double play I've seen, at least in that game already.
Some defense.
Jacob
Kingston
Gunn
loves
grounds in
his
the DP.
defense.
Oh, we're on the board in Phoenix. Chris Woods with a solo homer, 1-0 over Virginia, trying to tie that series up. And the New Orleans Somerville game is underway as well. Victor Nieto with a walk. And on second already for New Orleans, trying to strike early here. But Bland strikes out swinging. First and third for Virginia. One out. Ryan Bonner single. Another leadoff runner for Louisville up in the, or excuse me, Kingston. Bases loaded, one out now in that game. Can he get the big hit? Lemke strikes out. Seifert grounds out. So can't get it done. Going to the fifth, scoreless. Jesse Davies solo homer in the Louisville game. That's the way to get a leadoff hit and finally get one across, I suppose.
Louisville
Green
takes one.
Kong with
Jesse
another walk.
Davies. Kingston's out of it with just one run.
Another leadoff runner for Kingston.
He's on second
Sacrifice. Can't get it done. Las Vegas, Atlanta started. I missed it. We're already in the second down there.
now. It's hard to pay attention to all four.
Second and third in the New Orleans Somerville game for New Orleans, but they strike out. Steve Miller strikes out swinging. The man on second, Nieto doubles for Louisville. So another leadoff runner. I want to say like literally every fucking inning that's had a leadoff runner for both teams.
He's on third now with one out, two outs now.
Yeah, big ground out by Lutz.
2-0.
Gets run across on the Jesse Davies single. Davies has been huge so far. Oh, Jared Kennedy injury. That is not good news for New Orleans. So we got a sub pitcher here, an injury pitching change with the bases loaded in the New Orleans Somerville game. Oh, and a fly out. And now another pitching change. Wow, he just brought him on for one batter.
Put that specialist in.
Yeah. In a big situation, they get out of it. So Bill Rowe grounds out.
On the board. Hinsler.
Sack fly, yeah. Kimbrough scores. So hey, a leadoff runner in the Louisville Kingston game.
No way. He's out of it.
Gross doubles. Barton scores. Atlanta's up 1-0. Leadoff double for Kingston.
Couple things. Somerville up 1-0 with Freya. Verdugo
Freya
hits a
singles.
Solo. Oh.
Yep, we've got a tie game we've got a couple tie games. So a lot of things happening real quick there. Greg Gross doubles, scoring Barton, and then we talked about that. Guzman singles to tie the game for Virginia.
Louisville just got out of a jam in the bottom of the seventh.
Yep, crazy. Things are popping off.
Crazy.
Been a lot of close games. Going to the bottom of the eighth here in Kingston. That's the one I think I'm scoreboard watching right now, just because
it's close to finishing. End.
Rich Gordon strikes out swing to lead things off.
It's not a good start. Kimbrough singles.
Kimbrough singles. Eisler strikes out swinging, so going to be 3 outs remaining for Kingston to not go down 2-0 home.
He's gonna
Not
have
what they
to.
want.
Yeah.
Got a tie game up in the New Orleans and Somerville. New Orleans is Joe McClurkin. It's a solo homer.
Ties things up. Kingston's going to the bottom of the ninth. Kingston, Louisville.
Second and third, 1 out after a Yoakum double by New Orleans. New Orleans takes the lead, 3-1 on an Ian Crockett double. It's a final in Louisville or in Kingston, so Louisville takes that 2-0 series lead on the road with a 2-1 victory. It's a big hit by Crockett. So despite Somerville, dominating the season series, New Orleans has got the advantage so far in this series in the playoffs. Bases loaded, 1 out for Virginia here. And they get a run across, so they take the lead. Dave Castillo's hit by the pitch with the bases loaded. Ugh.
Ugh.
So
Beanball.
2-1 Virginia. Phoenix losing some control there. Another run comes
Clancy.
across. Jesse Glancy singles. Oh, and a grand slam by Nick Guzman breaks this game wide open for Virginia. Looks like they are also going to take a 2-0 series lead unless Phoenix has some real magic under their sleeves on the road. So both Fire Conference teams having the wild cards, just running these series right now. And it's kind of been the theme. I feel like the wild card teams have done really well in the Fire Conference over the first few seasons here.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. Why? Well, I
It's pretty
believe
crazy.
Phoenix was a wild card and they made it to the championship last year. So.
Well, yeah, Kingston and San Diego were like the top,
Mm-hmm.
the 1 seeds, I believe, and they both got swept last year. I'm not sure if they got swept by wild cards though, so I don't know how that's relevant.
Phoenix is on the board again with a Tony Mesa single. Daniel scores.
Yeah, they're gonna need some action.
They're gonna need to gash it open, Virginia. Las Vegas, Atlanta's been tight at 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th. That's a game to get watching
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely. These are all in the 8th. It's funny, they start half an hour apart, but some have just gone faster. Like a lot of runs have been scored in the Virginia Phoenix game. And on third, 2-1 Atlanta takes lead on a Diego Orta single. So Atlanta's probably
Somerville
captain, I would
scores
say,
as well.
if we have captains. Yep, Somerville chipping back. We'll have to ask Jason later in chat if Diego Ortiz is captain. I feel like he'd say yes. Two guys on for Phoenix, trying to put that rally cap on. See if you can get a big hit here. Ninth inning for Las Vegas. Last chance, last out.
It's a
That game's
final.
final.
Atlanta wins. It's the bottom of the 9th at New Orleans, Somerville.
All right, and that's
It's a ball game for New Orleans.
Yeah. I feel like we're about to have 4 games with 2-0 series leads. So we're gonna either need some reverse sweeps or we're gonna have some shorter series this year. throwing it out as a proposal this year too. I don't know if you know how people feel, but I might bring it up for debate about expanding this series to 7 games. I think some people would prefer 5. I think some people maybe would vote 7. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't mind having longer playoff series. Maybe that's just more misery, though, right?
Mark Berry, 2-run homer. Phoenix, bottom of the ninth. My man. Ah,
Too little, too late. I think.
yeah, a little too late.
Maybe not. Here we go.
Here we go.
Smith
Tie up
Watts.
first.
Woods is up 3 for 3 right now.
And
That's it.
that's a ball game. Virginia's on top. All right, let's go to game 3.
Sounds good.
All right, let's. There's no games today.
Travel day.
Travel day finished today.
So they all sit at 2-0, right? Am I crazy? They'll
Uh,
tell us. You can just start. It's all good.
2-0, 2-0. Yeah, all
All
two
right, cool.
O's.
So here we go. Elimination game for 4 teams right now. See if they can stay alive. I'm gonna let you get the leadoff call here. I'll be right back. All right.
All right. Virginia's on the. What happened there? Looks like the Somerville and New Orleans has started.
So scoreless, eh?
Nick Guzman singles. It's been not much has happened. So we're just wondering where Taylor Swift is going to occur, where she's going to, which game she's going
Oh, yeah.
to.
Definitely Atlanta or New Orleans.
I hope chat heard that. Man, a lot of boring baseball being played right now. What's going on?
Just some good pitching.
Atlanta and Las Vegas has started. Crockett with a double. 2 runners on. And no longer.
Diego Orta with a leadoff single in the second for Atlanta.
Ooh, guy on
First and
first and
third
third.
now. Jerry McMartin with a single.
Las
Double
Vegas out,
play gets, yeah,
Las Vegas out of the
out of the
jam.
inning.
Las Vegas or Louisville Kingston has started.
Both pitchers in the Phoenix Virginia game are pitching really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just 3 hits in that game.
Pitching battle. Look at Somerville
Juan
and New
Marquez and
Orleans.
Jared Brown.
DJ Marksberry is playing again.
Marksberry up to 6 strikeouts. Yeah, is that a no-hitter alert?
There's
Jaden
a no.
Williams
Jay Williams does have a
for New
no-hitter
Orleans
alert.
throwing a no-hitter. Yep. You're talking about Marksberry.
No, I
The other
thought we
guy's
were
throwing a
too.
no-no.
Williams has pitched 5 no-hit innings. There we go.
Now you know.
I was like, what's that? Something went through. Who scored? Nobody. Guy on second with the Phoenix Virginia game, first and second. Phoenix is and nobody goes through. Guy on second at the Atlanta Las Vegas game.
Two on, nobody out. We've got a pitching change up in Phoenix or up in Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Somerville, Connolly singles, Forrester scores.
We got
Nick
some
Guzman hits a sacrifice fly. Glancy scores.
1-0 Virginia, 1-0 Somerville. So we got some leads in the game.
We got some leads. 2-0 Virginia. Chris Bennett singles. Castillo scores.
Still got bases juice too.
4-0.
Can do more
Bonner
damage.
singles. 2 people score. I'm not saying names.
Acevedo and Barnett.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, 8th inning. So Virginia trying to get the sweep here. Let's not forget, Andrew had Virginia go into the, I want to say, conference championship game last year. I think they're the team that swept Kingston. And 90-win team, 92-win team or something this year. Not a slouch. This is actually kind of expected, right? Because Virginia had 5 more wins than Phoenix this year. They were the better team. Just had to go into Phoenix first and they get the job done. So
Mm-hmm.
now that it's over, anything can happen here.
Las Vegas. Verdugo hits a solo homer. It's a final. Phoenix has been eliminated. Virginia moves on.
Virginia's opponent will be determined by the Kingston-Louisville series. If Louisville wins, Virginia will face you, Spokane, and if Kingston
Atlanta,
wins,
Lemoyne,
they'll face Huron.
2-run homer. Takes a 2-1 lead.
Another big late hit for Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Did game 1, 2. Let's see if Las Vegas can respond. They got a leadoff double. I don't know. That's Atlanta still. Excuse me. Atlanta would still trying to add more. New Orleans ties it up with a Joe McClurkin double. Swarth scores. Got a guy on third. See if he can add the. Nope. Somerville does get out of it. So, but New Orleans with just a couple outs remaining ties it up. 0-0. Kingston Louisville into the sixth now.
Top of the ninth with a runner on first, 1 out. Somerville, 3-1. Keaton Deathraj doubles. Reyes and Rowe score.
It's definitely Death Rage, isn't it? Oh, it's Deatheridge.
Is that what I said?
Deathraj. No, not exactly. But it could be up to, I don't know if I'm right. Who the fuck knows? I've never seen that name in my life, excuse me. What do we got here? Bottom of the ninth here for New Orleans. Last chance to get the sweep. Somerville's trying to stay alive. Marcelo Bland on base. Clintock strikes out. And that's the final. Somerville gets a road win. Makes it 2-1 in the series. Two on for Kingston. Can't get it done though. Ninth inning in Atlanta or in Las Vegas. Atlanta up, trying to add insurance. 1-0 Louisville on a Danny Mashburn solo homer. Will it be enough? Las Vegas down to their final 3 outs. Aaron Smith grounds out. Aaron Harrison with a walk. Strikeout by Ken Kism. Last out here for Las Vegas to salvage the season. They can't get it done. Atlanta with a sweep to start the wild card round. Here we go, Louisville. Bottom of the 8th here, so you have 3 outs left for Kingston to try to do something here. Gets out of the jam. Kingston's going to have one last shot at this with Lemke coming up.
3 more outs. See what he can do.
He flies out. Coster with a double.
Coster says, no
Would
way.
be a sensation,
Jose,
huh?
he's on third.
It's a ground out. Ron Oliver can't get it done, so Louisville sweeps Kingston here in the wild card round to advance. That's 3 sweeps. We got 1 series still kicking, but that is a tough way to go again for Louisville. They just can't, for Kingston, they just can't seem to find a postseason win.
Just cannot
Somerville,
win.
who had their own losing streak going in the postseason, that's actually them breaking it right there. I think they lost maybe 7 in a row or 9 in a row or something like that. Could be wrong.
Oh man.
Got to check my history book, but
So I think we only got one team left to play. It's Somerville, New Orleans. One more game.
I believe so. Let's see if we got a game 5 or if this is going to be settled here in game 4.
Let's finish game. Finish today.
Somerville early 2-0 lead. Bill Rowe hitting a sac fly, scoring Horta. Ahmad Smith triple, scoring Reyes. Somerville's not dead yet, that's for sure. I like Somerville posted a Twitter post as the series is starting too. It's great. He's the youngest team in the TBL. I like that stat right there. Didn't know that. And he says he's all about the defense. 2-1. New Orleans gets on the board. Steve Miller with a double. Still with me, Chris?
I'm with you.
All right, just making sure. Lead off hit for Randy Scott. New Orleans trying to claw back another run. There it is. Gabe Whittington singles, driving in Scott. First and second still.
That's an old Spokane player. Nelson Reyes doubles. Herrera scores. Somerville on top, 3-2.
It's a big hit. And then they get a guy in third. Nobody out. And they get it. Bill Rowe grounds out. Reyes scores. So 4-2 now. What do you think? Would you rather be cursed Baltimore or cursed Kingston?
Oh, honestly, I probably would rather be cursed Baltimore.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know. Maybe I agree.
Just to not win a playoff game
I
at
mean, it's
all.
awesome to get to the it's awesome to get to postseason. It's going to be tough.
To just not win one game.
Mm-hmm. It was a completely different team this year too.
Yeah.
Although it's a lot easier to get swept in the wild card. It's like really tough to get swept in a 4-game series.
OOTP to out of the park does out of the park things sometimes. That's all I know.
That is for sure. I've still never won a championship in any league, so.
I
But
haven't
as I
either.
mentioned, I'm also a really bad GM, so
I
probably
I
shouldn't measure
haven't
yourself up to me.
I haven't either, but I'm not a good one either.
Well, I think if you keep getting the postseason, though, eventually something happens.
He'll eventually. Somebody will
Two
get him.
on now, nobody out. Ian Crockett with a double here. Second and third. Greg Keaton pops out. Gabe Whittington get the hit here? He
He
does.
does.
Single drives in Scott again. It's another hit for
Swart
Whittington.
grounds out. Crockett scores. Tie game.
Yep. Pretty good game so far here.
Somerville takes the lead, 5-4. Bill Rowe hits a solo homer.
So LeBlanc singles.
Yeah, there hasn't been much going on.
Hmm.
Heading to the eighth inning.
Just enjoying some beautiful relief pitching.
Nice holds.
Yeah, those are some great holds. Just some sexy holds. New Orleans down to their final 6 outs. Leadoff single for Randy Scott. That's going to bring in the bullpen. Sacrifice. Man on first. I mean, man on second with one out. Heaton strikes out swinging, though, and out of the inning. So the bullpen gets it done for Somerville there. We've got one last chance to add some insurance. 3 outs left for Noah. For the series is tied at 2-2. Leadoff double for Julio Fria. Huerta walks. Ooh, caught stealing third in that situation. That is terrible. Fire that manager. No, I'm just kidding. Only if you lose the series. Some Grady Little shit right there. That's an old reference. I'm an old man.
No, you're not.
5-4. 5-4, 2 down.
2 strikes. That's
Easy
a
1-2-3
final.
inning.
We're going to game 5.
Somerville's clawed back here. The road team has won every game in this series so far. So let's see if Somerville can hold serve at home here for game 5. Not sure if these GMs are online. I'll reach out real quick. And if not, we'll have to settle this in the morning.
Should I finish to the next day? Because there's no games today.
Yeah, you can go to the day of game 5, right? And then I would just maybe throw up the Twitch logo, and we'll go on mute to see if these GMs are around, and if 4 other 3 series real quick, go to the playoff matchup thing and see who the series MVPs are and how those played out. So this is the game still happening. Click the Atlanta Las Vegas time. All right, series MVP Jeremiah McRae, a big playoff for the Smashers. Where's McRae? Oh, never mind. Yeah, Jesse Davies. That's no surprising. Not surprising. He had some huge hits, I feel like, in that series in the first 2 games. And then Nick Guzman for the Virginia Rebels. Guzman, 4 for 11. Homer and 6 RBIs. Can you go back to Atlanta real quick? Couldn't find the Cray fast enough. So yeah, 4 for 10. Had a nice series as well. So big hits. Cool. All right, Somerville's good to go. I don't know if Noah's around tonight though. It's Friday night, so I'm sure not everybody's here, but so we may have to pick this thing up tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for joining us. I think this was fun. It's nice to have some sound. So, thanks for hosting, Chris, and we'll pick it up next time.
I've been on mute, so not a problem.
Oh, we've been on mute?
No, I've been on mute. You haven't.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's fun.
Have I been talking to myself the whole sim?
No. That'd
Okay,
been funny if you were, though. Alrighty.
Are we
fun.
off? Or are we talking still?
No, we're still talking, bud. We're still
Oh,
alive.
cool.
So
Sweet.
yeah, well, it's good, fun doing it, guys. Catch you later.
Yeah. Peace.